Right now, we are entering the sharpest, most aggressive labor market divide in a generation. Seriously, it's a massive shift that is already reshaping our entire economy, and you have a very limited window to get on the right side of it. This isn't just another tech trend, it's a 5-year warning. And in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly what that means for you. And this warning from Elon Musk just cuts right to the chase. We're talking about a fundamental split, right? A divergence, where one group's fortunes shoot straight up while another's just plummet. And let's be clear, this isn't some distant academic theory. This is a 5-year forecast from someone who's at the absolute epicenter of the AI revolution. So what's the engine driving this split? Well, it's capital, a whole lot of it. Right now, U.S. firms are pouring an estimated $660 billion every single year into AI infrastructure. I mean, to put that into perspective, that is the largest private investment wave into a single technology since we built the American railroads back in the 19th century. It is a truly massive bet on what's next. But here's where it gets kind of weird. This is the paradox that has economists just scratching their heads. While that absolute fire hose of cash is driving something like 40% of U.S. GDP growth, its direct impact on our actual productivity so far has been, and I'm quoting Goldman Sachs here, basically zero. So where is all that money going if it's not making us more productive right now? Well, the answer lies in this idea called the productivity J-curve. You see, like electricity or the internet, AI is what's called a general-purpose technology. It takes these huge upfront costs, not just for the tech itself, but for retraining everybody and completely reorganizing how we work. We are in that flat part of the J right now, that initial lag, but that sharp, steep upward curve, it's coming. And this is the crucial takeaway from all that spending. The companies that are leading this charge, the ones dropping hundreds of billions of dollars, they're investing in silicon, not in salaries. That capital is flowing into massive data centers and unbelievably powerful GPUs, and that is fundamentally shifting corporate budgets away from traditional hiring. And that shift has a direct and pretty brutal impact on the workforce. But to really grasp the threat, and frankly the opportunity, you have to understand that this isn't just about replacing one specific job. AI is operating on 3 totally distinct levels, all at the same time. So first, you've got individuals who are empowered by AI replacing their peers who aren't. Then it scales up. Entire departments are finding their core functions just automated, basically disappearing from the org chart. And finally, you get to the most disruptive level, where entire business models, think translation agencies or basic tax prep, are simply made obsolete. Let's dig into each one. Okay, so level 1. This is just simple, brutal math. If one person using AI can deliver the same output as 5 people who don't, why would a company keep paying for the other 4? Those seats are just gone. It's not about doing the old job a little bit faster. It's a fundamental recalculation of what a single person is even capable of. And if you think this is some future prediction, think again. This is happening right now. Just look at the numbers here. Amazon, Meta, Workday, they're all cutting thousands of corporate jobs specifically to redirect that money into their AI plans. And pay really close attention to that last row. Since 2024, entry-level software development jobs have plummeted by nearly 20%. The wave is already here. Okay, so this displacement, this massive shift in capital, it's all creating the central theme of our explainer today, the K-shaped economy. This is really the only framework you need to understand the 2 very different paths that are opening up right in front of all of us. So on the top arm of the K, you have the asset owners. These are the people who own businesses, intellectual property, huge data sets, or distribution channels like big audiences. For them, AI is an incredible force multiplier. But then you have the bottom arm, the time sellers. If your core value is just selling your hours to do routine knowledge work, your profit margins are getting squeezed down to practically zero by automation. Now, this K-shaped divide isn't starting from scratch. It's like pouring gasoline on an existing fire. As you can see right here, the top 40% of U.S. households already control a staggering 85% of the country's wealth. AI is poised to accelerate that concentration, making owning assets more critical than it has ever been. And this isn't just about households, it's happening at the corporate level too. A recent PwC study found we're in this clear winner-take-most economy. As this chart shows, just 20% of companies are capturing nearly 3/4 of all the economic value from AI. The gains are not being spread around evenly at all. So, what do? Faced with this reality, you can't just play defense and hope for the best. You have to go on offense. So here it is, a 4-part playbook designed to help you make that leap to the upper arm of the K before these economic moats harden for good. All right, the playbook has 4 key moves. First, and this is a tough one, you have to be willing to replace yourself by disrupting your own workflow with AI. Second, you have to focus on the uniquely human skills that AI just can't touch. Third, stop selling services and start selling outcomes that were literally impossible before. And finally, you have to build assets like IP or data instead of just selling your time. Let's start with that critical first step. This is the question you have to ask yourself. Don't try to protect your old way of working. You have to adopt a first principles mindset. Imagine a competitor just starting out with your exact job title, but with 10 times your AI skill. How would they make your current workflow completely obsolete? Figure that out, and then you have to do it to yourself first. You see, once you automate the routine parts of your job, you free up all this time to double down on the things that computers are terrible at. These are the deeply human skills: negotiating a complex deal, showing real empathy, building actual trust with someone, using judgment and ethics, and yeah, even cracking a good joke. These skills are becoming rarer, and because of that, way more valuable in an automated world. So mastering these human skills and automating the rest puts you in a really powerful position. But to truly secure your place on that upper arm of the K, we need to look ahead to the next frontier, a fundamental change in who, or maybe what, your customer is. Just think about this for a second. We are moving incredibly fast toward a world where autonomous AI agents, not people, will make a huge percentage of all purchasing decisions. So how on earth do you sell to a machine? Well, you have to completely change how you structure your value proposition. An AI agent can't understand vague marketing talk or fill out a "contact us for a quote" form. It needs clear, structured, machine-readable data. What do you do? What does it cost? And what is the exact deliverable? If an agent can't parse your offer, you are economically invisible to it. And the sheer scale of this new market is just staggering. Analysts are projecting that the market for these AI agents will be worth up to $5 trillion by 2030. Preparing your business for what they call agentic buying isn't just a good idea. It is a flat-out survival strategy for the next decade. Okay, so let's bring this all home. The single most important takeaway is that this is not some far-off futuristic scenario. The divergence, the spending, the displacement, it is all happening right now. The K-shaped economy is already a measured reality. And so ultimately, it all comes down to a choice. The path of the time seller on that bottom arm of the K, that's a path of increasing pressure and diminishing returns. The other path, the path of the asset builder and the AI first professional, is where all the leverage and all the opportunity lie. The technology is here, the shift is already underway, and the choice is yours.